Yes, I know we're a week into 2024 now, but I thought that for one last time, we could just take a quick look at 2023. More specifically, a little look through the games I platinumed last year. I always like going for platinums in games where it doesn't look like I'd want to tear the soul clean out of my body afterwards, so I just thought this would be a little bit of fun. Bear in mind that I'm not ranking the games here, I'm just ranking how fun the platinum was to get and how much I enjoyed doing it. So let's start things off, ironically, with the worst game I played in 2023. If you watched my video a couple weeks back where I ranked all 46 games I played in 2023, which you should have by the way, go watch it after this if you haven't, then you would know that this game came rock bottom of the list. I only played it because I heard it was bad, and I have to say the reports were true. Cookie cutter racing with absolutely nothing to it. Trophies include beating the game and winning a few online races, which were almost definitely against bots. This took 4 hours, and I suffered through it over the course of a whole week. That's how tedious it was, and I still have no idea why I did it. Sometimes a platinum attempt ruins a game for you, and had I enjoyed the Quarry a whole lot anyway, this would have been one of those times. I did play most of the Quarry in 2022, so this game didn't actually feature on my list for the games I played in 2023, but I did get the platinum in January. I do generally enjoy games like this, so I did enjoy myself somewhat, but the platinum really exposes this game. Chapter 7 is an absolute slog, and having to suffer through it 3-4 times should be an interrogation technique. The decisions you make also don't do a great deal. I was quite baffled by how just going for the different endings basically just changed whether a character would appear again or not. You can't even gather all the collectibles in one playthrough. It's a fun enough game if you like this sort of thing, but it's an utterly disgusting platinum which took 21 hours to earn. I have done the Life is Strange 100% before, but I did it on Xbox years ago, so this technically counts. The Life is Strange platinum is literally just beating the game and gathering collectibles. Really not much to say, it's as standard a platinum as it gets. I do really have a soft spot for the game though, so bonus points I guess. I don't even usually like puzzle games, so goodness knows why I decided to get the platinum for Humanity, but here we are. Humanity is a puzzle game where you have to get everyone from point A to point B. In order to get the platinum, you must also grab all of the gold men along the way. The game was really fun, but the platinum was an exhausting mental exercise, especially in later levels. This took me 15 hours. A typical Ubisoft platinum that was made bearable by the game not being obnoxiously long. Mirage is a throwback to simpler times, with less bloat than is usually expected in a Ubisoft game. It's a classic do-everything platinum, which would usually be terrifying for a modern day Assassin's Creed game, but it's honestly quite manageable, only taking 25 hours to do everything. Little Nightmares 2 is incredible, but the platinum is nothing special. It's a typical linear 2D platformer platinum, but without some outrageous beat without dying or beat in 20 minutes nonsense. Grab the collectibles, do some random funny shit along the way, beat the game. It also helps that the game itself is exceptional. Little Nightmares 2 is a game I wish everybody would experience, and the platinum is only around 7 hours long. This kind of platinum is the one I enjoy the most. Trophies for beating the game, trophies for using all the systems in place a little bit, and trophies for completing a bit of side content that didn't require you to do everything. Xuan Yuan Sword 7 is a fun RPG that is decent in everything it does. It is not fantastic, but it's exactly what it looks like, and it is fun. The platinum took me around 20 hours. This game was awesome. Robocop is a game that says remember that video games are supposed to be fun, right? Well, here you go. The platinum is almost guaranteed in my opinion, which is why I was really shocked to see that only 6% of players have it. When I beat the game, I only had one trophy left to go and clean up. Most trophies will pop naturally through gameplay, and that gameplay is an absolute blast. It only took 14 hours as well. I revisited one of my favourite games of all time this year, and decided to get the platinum for the first time. Feathers aside, I had a lot of fun with this one. The platinum is just a do everything, which I always like in games that aren't artificially long, which this one isn't. It was a nostalgic trip back to when Ubisoft hadn't beaten the open world checklist to death, and whilst there are elements of it, it's nowhere near as tiring as their recent games. This took me around 25 hours. A game I enjoyed every single second of. God of War Ragnarok blew me away. Its platinum is similar to the first game: beat the game, do all the side and end game content, gather all the collectibles. I did do most of this in December 2022, but I did end up finishing the game and getting the platinum in the first couple weeks of January. Some of the collectibles were a chore, but all the side content was brilliant, and I found the endgame content nowhere near as tedious as the previous game. I'm also currently, as I write this, playing through the free Valhalla update, so maybe stick around and subscribe to see a video on that someday. My PlayStation timer says that this took 51 hours, but I'm pretty sure it was a few hours less than that. Now, Fallout 4 isn't something that would initially jump out at you when you think about a fun platinum, but I just had a lot of fun revisiting this game for the first time in years. With tactical saving, you can get all story related trophies in one playthrough, and then it's essentially just doing stuff in the game. I know, what a shock. There were a few annoying trophies such as the base building one, but with a bit of patience that got sorted as well. A great platinum. My PlayStation timer glitched on this one, saying I did it in 5 hours. I can assure you that that is not true. It took me around 35 to 40 if I remember correctly, but I did do this in January as well. And the game I had the most fun platinuming in 2023 was Spider-Man 2. Similarly to the first game, it consists of just beating the story, completing all of the side content, and doing some miscellaneous stuff in combat, which you'd probably do anyway. It's an easy platinum taking around 25 hours, but every second of it was just an absolute joy. I really feel like they took a step forward with the quality of the side content this time around, with very few missions feeling dull and tedious, although a couple of the Miles side missions definitely did. And I left this game deeply satisfied with everything that I'd done in it, and it was actually the game I had the most fun with in total in 2023. Spoilers for that big video that you should definitely go and watch in a second. So, that's my ranking of every game I platinumed in 2023. Which games did you platinum last year? And out of those, which ones were fun and which ones were absolutely not? Please let me know in the comments below, and I will judge you relentlessly. But for now, that is all from me. If you enjoyed the video, then please consider leaving a like, as it would be greatly appreciated by me. And if you want to see more videos from me, then you could always subscribe, because that would help me out and I would give you a high five through the screen. But that is all for now. Have a nice day, and goodbye.